I keep getting a lot of feedback that I never finish my sentences and I cut things off, but the problem is that this Instagram story thing gives you 13 seconds to say what you're going to say. And so it is Wednesday, and on Wednesday we have a team meeting. I don't know if I've mentioned it before. In other exciting news, the animal crackers, there's like, have you ever watched something on the internet or seen somebody do something that just motivates? I saw something this morning and it motivated. My man Aaron Beaver is embarking on a bicycle ride all the way to Myrtle Beach, and he motivated me to do the same. So I'm coming to join you, man. I'm on the way. I kind of wish email was like Instastories, where it's like 24 hours, and then if you see it, then that's great. If not, it's gone, and you never have to worry about it again. In the cycle of a growing and developing business, I don't know why my ear is itching so bad. It's like everything is itching all of a sudden. There's so much more satisfaction. There's so much more sense of accomplishment when you can walk into an operating team and see how they are working together to continue to grow and develop. I remember when I quoted the lyrics from this song at Sarah and Jason's wedding. When I was like 10 or 11 years old, and I got my first computer, and I got AOL, and I started learning how to build HTML websites. And I would try to explain to everyone what I was doing. No one had a clue what I was talking about, and it was very frustrating trying to explain it to them. I now understand what everyone felt like when my daughter tries to explain Minecraft to me. Attended a meeting last night about understanding how to sell to different personality types, or understanding the sales cycle with different personality types. So the short summary: in any sales process, sell a solution and sell your value. Don't try to manipulate the other person just to buy from you because you have the upper hand on knowing their thought process. I'm going to spend a fairly significant amount of time doing some preliminary development for the next big phase of our job management system. Subjects completely 180 degrees. I heard a guy the other day say, it was a 360-degree change. I'm going to participate in, you're going to have a one to need to have a Bojangles. Really no Bojangles.
Alright, so we're standing here at Epcot getting ready for the rope drop, and we have to be here super early. It's funny sitting here listening to everybody standing around and they're all strategizing. This morning getting set for a mic check and run through. This is the stage view. Pretty stoked, guys.
So we are literally inside of Universal Studios all by ourselves with Asa Abloy. I don't know what's about to happen. Oh, we're wearing these funky glasses.
Hey Jess, what are we gonna eat? I'm hungry. Are we gonna eat something? Hey Jess, are we gonna eat something?
Yes.
What are we gonna eat?
It's your choice.
Are we going to a restaurant?
Your choice. Yes.
What are we gonna eat?
Whatever you guys want. Whatever you
We're
want.
getting a
Good morning. I'm back. It is it's Monday, and already getting some updates from the team on how things progressed last week. Very exciting. Getting ready to run into the office, then run out of the office, then run back. All right, so we're getting this Friday started off. Headed into the office. Got a very busy and long day ahead, which I think you're supposed to take it easy on Friday. That's what I've always heard, but for whatever reason, that's not the case. My point is, I've got a point. I'm building to one, so you're just gonna have to stick with it. 3 people. Find 3 people today that are doing something good. Compliment them on it. Write an online review in a positive manner. Also, my friend Ben found some pictures of me at a presentation that I did in 2011. Second thing is something that has been a dream of mine for a long time. Made progress through the early part of the year, made really big progress on Friday. Can't wait to tell you about it in a little bit. Driving the back roads of South Carolina, just drove down to a big project that we're running just to kind of spend some time. It's awesome. My entire motivation for that trip, and I'm spending 3 hours on a round trip, I wanted to go down there and tell them that I appreciated all their hard work. We're on the final home stretch and we're just about over. And I'm pretty confident that I left more motivated and inspired than I left them. So I appreciated it, and I'm telling you, we've got an amazing group of people that we work with every day. Have you ever noticed how impatient people are? Not like, have you ever noticed how impatient? Have you ever noticed the level of impatience that people have? I also want to say that Clean Juice makes a killer iced latte. Who would have known? With almond milk, it is legit. So, just wanted to throw that out. So driving into work this morning, and I see this guy who's traded in his fancy Loc-Doc truck for a motorcycle. What up? The point of it is that a lot of times in small business, as leaders, we are trying to do everything or too many things, and most of the time that ends poorly because you're doing all the things and none of the things are getting done effectively. I realize I use a lot of definitives there, but if you do work in your strengths, you bode the greatest potential to have the greatest success. To actually execute on that is probably the hardest thing as a small business owner. A couple of lessons learned from today. One, Sam Gray really loves flan. Lesson number 2, never leave an iMac unattended in a chair. It will fall out on the ground and shatter.
Okay, so we're up here in Waynesville, North Carolina at the Smoky Mountain Sub Shop. Stop by. This is a steak sandwich sub with the bomb edition. It's peppers and mushrooms and such, homemade slaw, and Uncle Scott's root beer. Homemade coleslaw. And this is no mayonnaise, right?
No mayonnaise.
No mayonnaise, coleslaw for Nathan, just for Nathan.
Yep.
Guys.
Full disclosure, I don't know that I've ever done a project wrap-up meeting before. We talk a lot about what we did on projects, but I've never had an official project wrap-up meeting, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing today. All right, we just finished up at the pizza buffet. How was it, Mike?
It was awesome. Very, very good. Chad ate a lot of pizza.
Pizza buffets are not a good thing for me. I have no willpower when it comes to...
So we just walked into the arcade. Katie pulls this thing, and she just landed on 1,000 tickets.
All right, so today is the Loc-Doc second annual family picnic. We are fully loaded, the truck in the back seat and the bed, and we're going to go get everything set up and start the cooking. So a lot of people have said that this smart car is kind of like a golf cart.
Just taking a quick break to enjoy my coffee table that my wife helped me stain over the weekend because I'm using my new standing desk today and my legs are a bit tired. So just having to get used to it.
Great news, I survived through the night with my sunburn. Meeting number 1 at 8:30, Zach and Mike. What are we doing exactly? Does anyone know? When you're constantly trying to get the best out of people, when it happens, you've got to acknowledge it. So get out there and encourage somebody today. Tell somebody thank you. They will appreciate it. Short stories. 1, yesterday morning, first meeting of the day, walked in, did introductions. The property manager looks over at me and says, "Who are you? You don't look like you work." I don't know how to respond to that. Why do I not get wheels? Round 1 of interviews went very well yesterday. Had a lot of good folks come through the doors. Came up with a interview agenda. I'm trying to implement this in pretty much everything that we do, from any type of a customer meeting to new hire onboarding to anything. Having an agenda for the meeting, I believe, is a game changer. So it's a pretty big day. We're getting fiber installed today. I mean, I'm excited about it. I don't know if anybody else is, but we're getting fiber internet installed, so we're going to do away with our cable modem. We'll see what happens.
I've been afforded a lot of interesting experiences in my life, and I'm very grateful for them. Today was one of those experiences where I had an opportunity to teach a 2-hour class and then a 3-hour trade show.
Your lack of prior planning does not constitute an emergency on my part. That phrase can incite anger and hostility on almost anybody at any given time.
That was easy.
It's frustrated about something.
Also, this is also very, hey, there's more cheese. This is very difficult to do one-handed with this guy. We'll just carry him around for a little bit. We'll just be at Costco for a few minutes, she said.
Job interview scheduled for today. Really excited about that opportunity. Traveling on Thursday, headed up to Cap City, which is pretty exciting. And yeah, this month is almost over.
It's date night, and the band is playing Christmas music. Okay, current situation, my wife has drug us into the jungle, far into the jungles of Charleston, South Carolina. There's literally alligators or crocodiles, I'm not sure what they are, and it's about 1,012% humidity. So
Just a quick question. Is it more dangerous to text and drive or to apply mascara and drive? Not for me personally. I was just watching a lady beside of me who about wrecked into 4 cars. On a completely separate note, I had to run by the AT&T store today to grab something, and I had a bit of a cheers moment because when I walked through the front door, they greeted me by name. So, as they say, you want to go. So I've been to the YMCA 3 times in the last 4 days, so I'm pretty much a professional athlete. But I've been listening to a lot of the Entre Leadership podcast. If you've never listened to Entre Leadership and you are a business leader, manager, or want to be one, you really should listen to them. The start of yesterday was a little slow. It was a little dreary. It was a little blah, which is unusual because I really love Mondays. But today, I wanted to make sure that didn't happen, so I went and got some organic grind. I don't really know what that means. A pretty successful meeting. One of the things that I did pick up from one of the many sales presentations that I've sat through before was having an agenda. If you come with a presented agenda, it makes an awesome first impression, and today we nailed it. And the worst sales pitches that I've ever received were those where people were trying to sell a specific product and they had no clue what we did, what I was doing, why I needed their product or solution. They just wanted you to buy something. That's my point. So my wife has sent me on a mission this morning to acquire some solar eclipse wear. You know, some personal protective equipment, some PPE. You know, the standard PPE for the solar eclipse. So back to the eclipse PPE, I arrive at the pickup location and they're out. They are out of eclipse PPE. I don't know what we're gonna do. Retinas will be burned. Nissan, our preferred vendor for all of our service vehicle needs, hashtag not sponsored, hooked us up with this amazing NV 12 passenger van. It's now 11 passengers because I removed that seat. And we'll all be comfortable as we head to Salem, Virginia. Good morning. Raise your hand if you're excited for August to be over. Another exciting news. See that right there? Yeah. That is, that's gray hair. It happened in August.
So my thoughts on brake checking. Brake checking to me is about as effective as posting your political views on Facebook. They don't change anybody's mind and they just annoy everybody. Okay, we made it to Austin. It's hot in Austin. Now we gotta go find a car. Late September 27th is 84 degrees at Atlantic Beach in North Carolina. The beach is there. I am not in beach wear because I'm going to be teaching a class.
But you know, the term storyteller can be used in two variations. One, someone that can take facts and information, build a timeline and keep you engaged. And the other was that thing that you heard as a kid. Are you telling me a story?
Earth Fair's juice bar has been amazing, I can't lie, but Clean Juice also makes a very good product. They make a very smooth juice. They do a wonderful job. And that's it for today's episode of Juice Bar Review with Chad Lingafeld. Okay, I take back what I said. A few weeks back, we had a conversation at one of our team meetings about purpose and kind of finding your purpose and understanding things happen for a purpose. And we have all arrived at a certain place in our life with an intended purpose. Opportunities are purpose built. So be cautious of what you do with an opportunity, because your decision will determine the trajectory and the outcome of your situation. That's exciting for me. So yesterday morning was very exciting. At least I felt it was very exciting. We had our all-team meeting, as we do every Wednesday morning. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before, but we were talking about winning. Very granular. Find out the specifics that it takes to add up to the revenue that you need to have a winning, successful month or year for your organization or your business. I believe that is a winning plan. Brainstorming is a process of taking something that potentially is a very simple issue and overcomplicating it to weed out the problem so that you can find a better way to do something. It's one of my joys. So we're back at it today, getting ready to add the next layer of complexity or the next layer of benefit. That part remains to be seen, to the big picture of what we're trying to accomplish with our new management system, our new information management system. It is going to freaking be insane. I think it all starts with finding a group of people that you can trust so that you can pitch an idea out. And if it's not the best idea, when they break it apart and destroy it, that you don't get your feelings hurt and it squashes that creativity.
Here's my group. I found them.
First full week of functionality with our new work order management system. We've had a few bugs and tweaks here and there, but the progress that's been made over the past 43 days has been amazing.
Also, we bought this today.
The current state is the planning has already been done, so there's not a... If you're planning on the future, then what's happening right now has already been accounted for, it's already been planned out, and now you're just working with the plan. You know, it could be summed up in one of my favorite quotes.
We went and picked up some pizza. It's a big pizza.
The level of annoyance that I receive in response to a Bitmoji text message is amazing. Environmental effect. The effect that the environment that you are placed in or that you have placed yourself in has the effect on you as an individual, positive and negative. And it's a very powerful thing. Your attitude is infectious. Maybe the virus that you're carrying could be infectious, but the attitude that you possess is infectious, positive or negative. I love competition. I love to win. I love to compete. I heard something very interesting the other day. It's hard to create a competitor if you're wanting that other person to win. I also understand the value of raising the bar as an industry or raising the bar as a group of people so that you all get better together. And it's something interesting to think about. As you're out competing, as you're ready to win, 2018's on the way. How are you going to win in 2018? Also, how are you going to help your industry, help your organization, help the ones around you get better so that you're not competing against each other, but you're making the world a better place? And I'm really, really excited about January 2nd, 2018. We have done so much preparation. Prior planning prevents poor performance. We have done a lot of that this year, 2017, for 2018.